You are now tuned in
to Respect the DJs podcast.
Welcome to Respect the DJ podcast. I'm your host, DJ Junebug, alongside DJ Khalid.
Yes, sir.
Today, our guest is a New England legend. One of the heavy hitters' most powerful DJs. Not only does he rock the turntable, he rocks the mic. A true party rocker. He is the first and the only one mix show DJ to have 3 different shows on one radio show. Wow. Mm-hmm. You might recognize his voice from the Boston Hot 97 or Jeremy 94.5, or recognize his face from BT Rap City or 106 in Park. You might see him on tour with Khalees or Britney's. Did I mention he's also on traveling around the world with 50 Cents?
Putting in work.
Let's give it up for the heavy hitter, DJ Chubby Chub.
Make a clap to this.
Thank you, DJs.
Man, okay, we were waiting for that. What happened?
That's what's up. It is what it is, yo. But yo, Chub, thank you for taking time out of your day to come hang out with us and sit down and chop it up with some nerd talk. You know what I mean?
Thank you for having me, man.
Appreciate it. You know, that DJ nerd talk that we like to talk about. You know what I mean? The lingo and shit and language we use here. So we appreciate it. So let's go ahead and kick this off, man. So how'd you get the name Chubby Chub? But let me be clear, was that your first DJ name or did you go through a slew of names?
I went through a bunch of names, but I couldn't find the right name.
Okay. But give us some examples.
I was trying, because my real name is Willie, so I was trying Willie D.
Okay.
I tried Fatty D.
So Willie D would been from Ghetto Boys.
Ghetto
right?
Boys.
So
Yeah,
D.
but this was before that.
Right, okay, before that, okay.
So I just couldn't really find a name, like a DJ name. And then like all the Dominicans used to call me Gordito.
Right.
So I used to, I'm Puerto Rican 100%.
Okay.
So I was hanging outside and all the Dominicans would be like, Gordito, ven pa' acá. Gordito, over here. And I'd be like, fuck is Gordito in English, right? So I asked my mom, she's like, it's Chubby. I was like, Chubby? I was like, put it together like Chubby Chub. I went to Fordham Road. I was like 80s. It was like probably like 80, 82. I went to Fordham Road and I got a sweatshirt made.
With the old school English, English type letters?
The old bubble letters on it and colors. And came back to the hood. So we was going to a jam outside park to watch DJs outside.
Right, in the park
day.
jams, yeah.
So we went outside and I wore the sweatshirt, and everybody clowned me like, Chubby Chub, what? In your face and in your butt. Because everybody in my projects was making mad fun of my shit. So I was like, yeah, that's my name. I don't care.
Hey, you stuck with it. You
Right.
ran with it. You
They
committed.
could call him Flacco Flock.
Right.
Now it becomes that.
Flacco.
Now it's Flacco. Now it's Slim. Slim Chub.
Because a lot of Spanish people, if you're chubby, you're fat.
Yeah, it's
call you
opposite.
Flacco.
It's opposite.
They try to joke you around. Play with it.
But if he would have went with Flacco Flock, then he'd be a drill rapper right now. Yeah, I mean, that's a good drill rapper name, you know what I mean? Cut me a check, somebody, whoever get that name, yo. I want 10% for a lifetime.
10 shit.
I don't want to be greedy. I'll take 5%. Yo, 5% of something is better than 0%.
0% nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not greedy at all, man. So that's what's up. So what made you want to start DJing?
Well, what happened was, for me, I was listening to Cold Crush tapes.
Okay.
So my cousins, they used to live in Bryan Avenue in Cypress and Bryan Avenue in the Bronx. And I used to go to their crib and they used to have 8 tracks. They had 8 tracks of live mixes just before even seeing a cassette.
Right.
It was an 8 track. They had it on 8 tracks. And I would hear Cold Crush, DJ Charlie Chase, Tony Tone, and that influence of that live music was everything for me.
Right.
You know, not the aspect of what they were doing. It's just the way the DJ was cutting and bringing the record back, and they were still on that same beat, and they was harmonizing, and it was just, I was turned out.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was it. I was turned out. My cousin had the big boom box. He was older. They was outside. they was playing this music, and it just made me want to be like, yo, I want to do that. Then when I found out Charlie Chase was Puerto Rican, that even gave me more of like, oh, he's Puerto Rican and he's
I could do this
DJing.
too. Yeah.
Put the battery in your back.
I was like, I could try this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so and then my god brother, he's Puerto Rican and he's DJing. And his crib, and I used to go to his crib to DJ, but they used to kick me out. He's like, yo, you're a burger, B. Get out of here. Get out of here. And back then, they used to call you a burger. So I used to be like, it's cool. It'll be all right. And I worked hard, and I ended up trying to get, like, I got, like, a mixer. And my mom's, she was on welfare, and she got, a friend of mine was selling his turntables, and she bought them off for him during welfare. So I owe it all to her. She didn't want me in the streets.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And neither did the cats that was selling drugs. They didn't want me in the streets neither. They was like, yo, go be a DJ, man.
Right,
Don't,
right.
don't hang.
They saw that.
They would give me money just to make tapes
for them.
for them.
Right.
Like, they was riding around in all the newest cars, young cats. And they was just like, yo, here, don't do that. Don't hang out here.
Right.
But I would hang out on purpose to get the money, though.
Right.
Like, I would front like I was gonna do something, and I was like, and then they give me like $500, and I go right to Fordham Road. And he's Crazy
equipment?
Eddie, and I get two of those, and I just flood my whole shit with records. And then my mom's would be like, "Y no compraste comida? You ain't buy no food?"
No
I'm
rice and
like,
beans,
nah,
man?
I ain't buy nothing. She's like, "Oh, que rico,
que rico.
come rico."
Come rico.
This is my food.
Yeah,
This is
I was
feeding
like,
me
I
right
ain't
now.
care. I was just happy to have records.
Do you remember that mixer you had? What was it? The turntable?
It was a joint from Radio Shack.
the realistic ones.
The real, but it was a it was a realistic, but it had the blue knob on it.
Blue knob, okay. I had one of those. That's
It
why
was $50, and then the fader went out like a. I was tight.
like a week later, I'm sure. You was
Nah,
putting
it
in
was a
work.
while, but
It was hard.
went out.
It was hard too.
And then we ended
man.
up putting mad WD-40 and messed the whole joint up.
Yo, but Radio Shack used to sell a spray too that
was years later.
to take away the static.
later.
That was
Yeah,
years
yeah,
later.
yeah.
We had W40. I remember back in
That was
That
WD-40.
shit fucked
Everybody's
up
like,
the whole inside.
that's
shit.
all niggas was OD.
Yeah, nah, you know the whole inside got fucked up.
But that whole, you never realized that that joint was causing mad
Right.
dust to
Dust
go
is-
inside the
right,
fader.
sticking. It was sticking. Yeah.
So and then after that I had got the 2200 Gemini.
Okay.
Clark Kent,
Concat.
my mentor,
Okay.
and Clark showed me that mixer, and I was like, "Yo, this joint is crazy." And WD-40, that joint too.
You had in the 6-pack of WD-40.
Yeah, we was ODing
Nah.
on that
And
joint.
those turntables were the direct drive or what?
Well, my first turntables was SLB 10s,
Okay.
which was straight arms.
On straight arms, yeah.
With the bell drive.
Right, the belt drive. The,
And
black,
then
the black and silver, I think it was.
Yeah, they was black.
Oh, black with silver, yeah.
yeah.
That's-
And then my man had a pair of B1s,
Okay.
curved.
The curved ones, okay.
The
second
curved
second
B1s.
episode,
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had those, and I had those for a while. And them shits was dope. That was the closest I ever got to 1200.
Right.
Until I got my first pair of 1200s.
Yeah, the straight arm, they for being having your first turn, they beautiful, you know.
Right.
They straight arm and
Yeah, it was that belt drive. It's that.
But
Yeah.
my godbrother had two BSR turntables, which was you hit the arm and the shit went back.
Okay.
That shit was classic. But he took the metal piece out and he put two pencils and shaved them down to the exact of the middle piece where you could put records on it.
Oh wow.
It was crazy.
Yeah, he was.
It was beyond his time.
inventive.
Nah,
like a
very
motherfucker.
inventive.
So let me ask you. Let's go back. I got two questions for you, but let's go back to your godbrother. Is he still DJing now?
Nah, he does my artwork. He does a lot of my artwork. He's into designing and all that.
With all your accomplishments. If it was me, because I'm petty as fuck, right? Do you tell me, yo, you remember when you used to kick me
Oh, no,
out
I
of your
did that. I
motherfucking
did
house?
that. No, I did that. I
Look
did
at me
that.
now.
I've done that plenty of times.
It's
Nah,
funny games. Yeah,
that nigga was dope, though. He was really, like, dope. My godbrother was dope. He was signed to Select Records.
Dope,
Okay.
dope.
He was a DJ for this kid named the Assassinator, Tone, good friend of mine.
Okay.
Which is Tila Rock's little brother.
Okay.
Tila Rock Special
okay.
K.
Selected Records, that's what UTFO was signed to, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the label they was on.
Yeah.
The cats, AMG,
AMG, yeah.
Chub Rock, MOP. Like, there was a lot of people on that.
Yeah, some good.
So yeah, I always told them like, yeah, see, but even though with all that, like they still, Like a lot of
Supported
people
you?
in my projects, they always supported
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I mean, you know, when it was the killer for me was when the movie Juice came out,
Yeah, of course.
right? So we all go to see Juice, and in that scene where Queen Latifah tells
I already know this is already.
she tells her boy, so you do parties? He's like, yeah, I do mad party. I do parties here. I do, around. Oh, you local.
Yeah, we always talk about this shit. We always laugh.
friend.
Yeah, we always laugh about this, right?
Yo, B, let me tell you, came back to my projects and everybody, you local. You local. But I'm in the clubs though.
Yeah, and but you
you're
still
local.
local.
But I was in the clubs though. Like I was a young cat in the clubs. I was doing Parkside Plaza. I was doing Savoy. I was doing the Fever. I was doing
7 days a week.
I was in the club.
But you was
Freaky
local.
Friday. I was doing clubs, but they was like, yo, you local. And I
Local.
was like, oh nah.
He was like,
That was it for me. I was like, that shit broke my heart. I'm telling you, in my project, they would roast you. They just
That's part of growing up in the projects, though.
Yeah,
they take your flaw and they beat you in the head every day with that shit,
man.
even if it's not a flaw.
Yeah,
But you know what? That's
they
what makes
would
you
get
strong, too,
man.
in
It
the-
just be crazy, but that changed my whole life. That whole movie,
Yeah.
just the fact that they was like, "Yo, you local," and then I just started doing mixtapes.
To get outside your right.
Nah, I was doing mixtapes, and then my next door neighbor knew Doo-Wop.
Okay.
Okay.
Doo-Wop put me on.
Dope.
Doo-Wop had just finished dissing Kid Capri on his mixtape in January '92, and he took me downtown to Stereo Palace. It's called Stereo Palace before it called Stereo Plaza, where he used to sell mixtapes at on
Okay.
125th Street.
All right.
And he took me down there, and that was it. My tape started selling.
So how'd you meet Doo-Wop, though?
It was because my next door neighbor,
He wound up introducing you and
She.
Oh, she, okay.
he was seeing her.
Got you,
You know what I mean? They used to come
Okay.
to chill out and all that.
Right.
My good friend Tanya, she was my next door neighbor. God rest her brother, Reg.
Dope.
Taught me how to fight in my projects.
Okay.
That's what's up. So then you said also Clark Kent is your mentor.
Clark is my mentor
How'd
because
you meet Clark?
Clark,
God's favorite DJ, by the way.
yeah, God's favorite DJ. But Clark was very arrogant.
Okay. I can see
Like-
that.
Like,
I see it more confidence.
like he you could either feel cool with Clark or you could feel like you're never gonna be cool with Clark.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's no
And
in between.
it so happens that I became cool with Clark.
Okay.
Like for me, it was like he's like, yo, you got to do this and you got to do this and this how you do it, and he would show me things, and then he had me opening up for him. He would take me to go with him, and I would open up for him.
Dope.
He would give me $1,500 just to DJ for a few before he got on.
Dope.
Like this is when they was getting 10, 15,000 at a party.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Clark is legendary. So I met Clark that way, and then a group that was out called Original Flavor.
My favorite. Yep.
I was they already had an album out before, but then they got rid of the other rapper and they put on my man Tone.
Yep.
And Tone wanted me to DJ for Original Flavor.
Okay.
So that's how the family started. You know, before Rockefeller, it was Rockefeller Click.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Tone Capone, right?
Nah, Tone Hooker.
Tone Hooker, my
T
bad.
Strong.
Tone Hooker. He's the one that came up with the name Rockefeller for the label,
Yeah,
right?
the label.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah. I want to make sure I got my tones
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Dope.
So
So
then
then-
basically you were part of the Original Flavors then.
Yeah, I was a part of
Yeah,
Original
yeah.
Flavor, the second album.
Second album.
Second album. The first one was a kid named Suave and
Wow.
Ski.
West Creek. Yep.
So then the second one was myself, T Strong, better known as Tone Hooker now, Ski, and that was Original Flavor, managed by Dame Dash.
Dame Dash,
Yeah,
right?
shout out to Ski.
Yep.
Legendary producer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
My
Definitely.
brother.
So basically, since Clark Kent was the first DJ to put you on anyway, so you didn't need a promoter at that point. So you
Well,
was opening up for Clark Kent. Or
I
did you have
mean,
somebody else
as
before
far as like getting put on, I gotta say it was WAP.
WAP. Okay.
He
for
was
the
your cosign.
for the mixtapes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because then everything else started to
Falling
trickle
apart.
down. You
Okay.
know what I mean? Because once the mixtape started moving, that's when you started getting booked.
Right.
Because it's different than what it is now getting booked. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, of
Back
course.
then was word of mouth type
Right,
getting
right,
booked. Like,
right.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? There was hand to hand flyers and
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
things like that. But between, Clark and Doo-Wop, yeah.
Dope.
Because Clark showed me what it was like to be in clubs.
Right. Okay.
Like being like that pressure of being in a club.
Right.
Yeah, it's not
Learning
easy,
how to
yeah.
play records
Right.
in a club and keeping people dancing, that whole, and the transitions of bringing records in and stuff like
Right.
that.
Right. So that was a club scene, and then the street scene would be with the doo-wop with the mixtapes.
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's-
then
That's a
Once
good
you have the-
balance.
yeah, I mean,
It's a good
you have the
balance, yeah.
streets, you have the clubs on lock.
Yeah, the
I'm
streets
saying?
is gonna come to the club
Exactly.
and
and then
support
after
you.
that becomes radio.
Right.
Right.
Right after that,
Next level, yeah.
You know what I'm
you
saying?
got all three platforms.
Yeah. Dope.
I've been blessed to be able to say I've done it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, been there, done that type of thing.
You, I mean, you still continue doing it. I mean,
Yeah, I'm thankful
Yeah.
for it all.
now you're touring with 50 now, right?
Yep.
It's another.
That's a beautiful thing
Yeah,
right now.
exactly.
This will be my 9th year DJing for Fifth.
How'd that come about?
That was an audition, and myself and 2 other DJs.
Was Queen Latifah there?
She said you look.
Nah, it was myself and 2 other DJs, and by the grace of God, I won.
Dope.
And you said 9 years.
9
now?
years.
It'll be 9 years coming up now.
Wow, wow. So you've been with Khalees, Brittany, a part of the original flavor at one point, and then 50. Anybody else we missing?
Yeah, I DJ for Fat Joe. I DJ for Foxy Brown. I DJ for Nas, Jay-Z. I was the first person to ever put Jay-Z on a mixtape.
Dope.
I DJ.
Is that Jay-Z when the original flavor?
Yeah.
Fast Speed and Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fast Speed and Jay-Z.
Okay.
Early Hove.
Early Hove. Yep.
You know what I mean? Who else? I DJ for a few other people. I can't remember. And then I got the Fifth. Fifth is the last person I DJ for.
Okay.
And been with. What about? I gotta ask you about Britney Spears though.
This is before she went crazy.
Okay, when she was on the come up.
That was the Tostic tour.
Okay.
That was the tour. That whole tour was with Khalees and Brittany.
Okay. It was a,
Both of
okay,
them.
like
Combination,
a joint.
okay.
So I was the one that opened up for the show and played the music.
Okay.
Okay.
And DJ for Khalees as well.
Okay.
set the tone.
So it was different, but it was a different type of tone
Okay.
because it wasn't the it wasn't the hip hop tone.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Right.
Remember, all the fans were younger.
Younger. Right.
Right.
They were younger, so you had to really control
Control.
that aspect.
Right. Right. And know what you was actually playing.
Yeah, so it was dope. It was a learning experience, and that was like the first time being in front of like 60 to 70,000 people.
Right.
Versus now, I'm at
Well, yeah. What's your count now?
now it's 100,000.
You hear that, right?
Yeah, because 50 doing
And he
Coliseums,
started local.
He started local.
He started local.
Local, super
You know what I'm
local. I mean, like, DJing for 50 is a different story.
Right.
Like
Right.
that's
That's a
that
different person.
crowd is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Overseas is mounds and mounds of people.
How was it in Africa?
Africa's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I've seen videos and stuff like that. It looks like
Africa's beautiful.
Who's opening up right now for 50?
Nobody.
Nobody? There's no open. That's
No
just him?
opening act.
Wow.
50 by himself, people be waiting 4 hours for him to come on stage.
damn.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy.
I ain't see an artist do that yet.
So going back to your DJing in the clubs back then, we like to ask all the DJs this question. What is more important, the DJ or the promoter?
Say it again.
What is more important, the DJ or the promoter?
At the time, they would be the promoter.
The DJ would be the promoter.
At the time, they used to be it was the promoter because the promoter would have that clientele. Like if they would say a certain name of a promoter and that party was there,
Right.
it'd be that. Or then it became, if this DJ is at this club, we going to
We
this
going
club.
there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you don't really have that no more.
No more.
You know what I mean? But I gotta say it's kind of equal.
Equal?
I gotta say it's kind of equal.
Yeah, I think it took a turn like maybe, what 2000s, early 2000s took a turn. Because before I think it was more like, like he said, the promoter had people.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
They went to
promoter
his
had a
club or something
name.
like
Like
that.
everybody, like if they said a, like I could tell you right now, like if I said a name like Medina Style Entertainment, they would
Everybody
come out
going.
for that.
Everybody going with that.
Gungi.
You know what I mean? Like like
Okay,
Gungu
yeah.
Reb, like Final Four,
Right,
like
right,
what I
right.
mean, like the Mecca Audio, like if they had these people that was doing parties,
Because everybody knew that parties.
that party was gonna be on pat. It was gonna be crazy.
It's
It
gonna
didn't
be lit.
matter who you put in there,
Right,
unless you put in the right person that
Right.
really made sense.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think like he was saying that nowadays it took a turn, but now the promoters want the DJ to promote too.
Right now, it's you got to figure now the
It's a
DJ,
it's a joint venture.
the
almost.
DJ has to DJ has to have a bigger fan
Fan
base.
base.
You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like you got to promote that on your page.
Right.
It wasn't like
You gotta
that
have numbers.
before.
Yeah, you gotta have the likes.
You know what I'm saying? Like people got to have numbers, but nowadays people's numbers is bogus, bro.
Right.
Like you can't even go by.
We know
that.
you could buy it. Yeah.
Yeah, everything is
It's
bought.
a really a thing where people got to feel like I like this DJ because of that,
Yeah.
what he
The
does.
style of him DJing this
Right.
and stuff like that.
Like, people gonna like what they like.
Right.
So it's a cross now. Like promoters are not as strong as what the DJ would be.
Right.
But then what messes up a party now is 5 DJs at one
One
party.
party.
That's that's that bullshit.
Yeah.
Because you know what it is, the promoters using five people to promote their party,
Right.
and they're making all the door money.
Right.
So you got the promoter chilling on the couch,
Who just made his tax money he's using for as a being a promoter.
right? And he got his
Right.
boy's cousin that owns a bar on Dykeman.
Right.
So he got in the door, but you got 5 DJs. Everybody got a half hour each or an hour each, which is bullshit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I remember, a lot of DJs, especially in the 90s and early 2000s, you were open and closed.
Closing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
DJ.
Yeah.
I would start at 9 p.m. and I'd be done at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Back
And
hurt.
then there was an after party.
Yeah. Legs
Right.
hurt, back hurt. And
Didn't matter, but you set
Look, we was
you set your tone.
tone. Right.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I
did
mean?
your own
And
shit.
we had shit to carry. We
And,
had-
and you had a lot of shit to carry, and you didn't play the same records twice.
Right, which is
Right.
most important.
I mean,
like-
records back then were lasting longer. You could
Yeah,
take a record
because you was able to play album cuts.
Yeah.
In a time like, I could remember getting EPMD's album for the first time, and I played "Please Listen to My Demo" in a club. Played Jane in the club. You know what I'm saying? Like it was because it was just that cut off the record,
Right.
off the album. You can't do that no more.
It is short span.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't even listen to nobody's album. I couldn't even tell you nobody's album name right now. You know what I'm saying? It's rare. I might go to, all right, Kendrick, J. Cole, yeah, I'll listen to the albums.
Right.
But any of the new artists,
No, count me out. New artists.
I don't know. I know of them,
Yeah.
but I don't know any of their album cuts.
I'm sorry, I listen to everybody's shit.
No, I get everybody's music. I put in a USB and I drive to Miami, whatever. I played the albums. I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I get my new artists.
I listen to it, but I can't remember. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what's on there or who,
Right.
when they dropped it. Not like I know.
I'll give you the wow or something like
Yeah,
that.
not like I know it was on Illmatic or any of those albums like that. I could tell you what number it was on the CD and you know what I'm saying and how it came in.
I'm still listening to West Guns and stuff like that. And Butcher, and Benny the Butcher.
No,
and stuff
Benny
like
the
that.
Butcher.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I definitely check for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Griselda crew, but the new dudes like the Uzi Verts and stuff like that, I don't listen to their albums.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I only know what's popping on TikTok.
Right. That's about it.
You know what I mean? That's what they want to hear in the club now.
True.
Is the TikTok joints.
Right.
So I go to my 13-year-old son, be like, yo, just give me a playlist, yo. You know what I mean? And it works.
Right. Right. Talk to us about your Twitch show.
Twitch, during pandemic, everybody was performing, doing stuff on
Instagram, right.
Instagram was cutting people off. So I was doing good on Instagram. I didn't have the thing cutting me off, but
Right.
then after a while, it became later on that it was having that problem. But the evil genius, Green Lantern. He's the one that put me on the
Twitch.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Green was like, yo, get off of Instagram, come to Twitch. I was like, what's Twitch? But it's crazy because I was like, what's Twitch? But I was watching Jazzy Jeff on Twitch.
Right.
Before realizing it was really Twitch. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, cool. Let me go try this joint. He's like, yo, nah, try it. And then I'm gonna raid you. So there's this thing called raid on Twitch.
It's a raid party. When
he's about to be done, he could raid the next person, would have been myself.
Right.
Which he tells everybody that's following him and watching him, yo, come over to Chub's page.
Nah, it's one click.
He drags them over.
Everybody in that one room will come to your room.
Oh, wow.
If they don't want to, they could just exit out.
Yeah.
But it's just one click. Boom. Everybody, like he could have 250 people.
Moves them right over.
200 comes right over. But so happens that day I had just started, so I didn't get the raid.
Ah, okay.
Because apparently you have to have 25 hours
Of play.
built
Twitch
up
before
on
you can
Twitch
get okay.
before you could get rated.
Okay.
So I didn't know that. So I had 43 people, but I still have 43 people on my own.
Right.
So that was like, I was like, all right, cool. Then I started doing it and it just became more and more of a, like, yo, this is it right here.
Yeah.
Like people from all over the world, like people are gaming, people are rating me, people are checking me out. It's almost my third year.
Dope.
So for 2 years in a row, I won Best Hip Hop Stream in a row, twice.
Dope.
You know what I mean? And it's a blessing.
Right. Another platform.
It's a great platform. Like I don't really got to be in clubs.
Right.
Like I got a whole. It's like my own radio station.
Your own world. Yeah. How many subscribers you got right now?
I'm at 19,000.
Dope.
And that's because I've been on the road. Like
Right.
if I would have been on it, I would have had 20,000 something change.
Right.
You know what I mean?
If not more.
Right. Because I've been on the road, like I've been gone for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So, but I'm thankful that the people that support me come right back.
Right.
Not everybody's fortunate.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people leave and they don't get those people back.
Yeah. Because it's the attention span now too, the consistency of it.
Like for me, it's like it's a blessing. Like I get 3,000 to 5,000 people watching.
That's what's up, man. Congrats on that, man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You just had a show, I think, last week with Eddie B. Swift.
Yeah, I just did a joint with Eddie. So
That's how
I have
Eddie-
Brucey B there too.
Eddie's haunting us. Yeah.
He's following us.
He's following us everywhere.
We had him on the show like a month ago, right?
Yeah.
Like mid-January.
Mid-January, we dropped his episode. Real good dude, man.
Yes.
Great guy.
Yeah. Definitely jokester. Yeah, I mean, definitely. But we had a great time with him, man. He was definitely a good guy, man.
So back in the days, in your record crate, DJ in the club, what's the records you had to have in your crate at all the times? And it was your get to go record to basically get the crowd hype.
Let's pick 90s.
90s could have been anything. Like I never really had, to this day, I still don't have a certain amount of songs that make people go crazy. That's it's just the impact and personality and how you play.
Present the joint, yeah.
So it could have been Check the Rhyme. You know what I mean? It could have been All About the Benjamins. It could have been the Crooklyn Clan version of All About the Benjamins.
Oh, the Be Faithful joint, yeah.
It could have been the Franklins. It could have been It could have been just Killing Me Softly, Fugees. You know what I mean? It could have been so many different things. Ain't No Nigga, Jay-Z. Like,
I think the 90s had so many hits.
But you always had to remember the 90s, you couldn't do a party without playing Mary.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You had to play Mary J. Blige more than one time.
Right.
Yeah.
Your whole crate was a bad boy crate.
Right.
Right. Bad Boy Rockefeller.
You had one crate that was just bad boy.
Yeah.
R&B bad boy.
Yeah.
Consistent of all the remixes he did.
Everything, yeah.
Everybody that was popping at that time. It's a lot.
Right.
And then not to mention reggae. and the
another-
reggae
that's
that
another
was reggae hip hop, and the reggae that was regular reggae.
Reggae, right. You had the rhythms with the reggae, then you had the reggae hip hop
Right.
with the hip hop beats, stuff like that. So yeah, there was a lot of hits in the 90s. So
You
like,
couldn't go in a club with at least less than 5 crates of
crates of
records.
Yeah. We had
I
Kid
hate
Capri
it.
one time. He had what, 15 crates.
15 crates, but he had his own tour bus. He's a whole nother level.
And that was like a 93. He had
Yeah.
15.
Capri's my brother. Capri used to have 25 crates.
Yeah, I hated when I had to get on the plane with my crates.
Oh man,
I hated it.
that was my.
Cause I recruit friends like, yo, I'm going to Puerto Rico. What you doing this weekend? Yo, I ain't doing it. Yo, you want to go? I got your flight. Yeah, I'm there. But you got to carry my crates, though. You know what I mean? I hated it, yo.
Yeah, that's the same thing when it was when I was young. People used to help you with the crates there, but when the party was over, nobody was
there
there.
was ghosts, yeah. There was ghosts.
Nobody was there.
At the end, there was somebody
You had to
else
get a
that gone.
$3 cab to bring you back with all your records.
Damn.
And then if you live in an apartment complex, a staircase, forget
And you
about
got
it.
to
forget
you can't leave it in the
Yeah,
whip.
can't
You got
leave it
to
in the
you got to
Oh,
take the
man,
shit upstairs.
forget it. I ain't have
know
a
what I'm
whip.
saying?
I was definitely milk crates and walking.
Damn.
I definitely was milk crates and walking at that time. You can believe
Got
that.
the shopping cart.
That was and I lived on the 9th floor. When the elevator didn't work.
Oh no,
Oh,
I know. I used to live in the Polo Grounds. I lived on the 29th floor. So imagine. You know what I mean? What projects you
174 Cedric Houses,
Okay. Yeah. When
University.
on the university, yeah. And I tell them when I lived on the 29th floor. Polo Grounds got 30 floors. So for those that don't know, got 30 floors. I lived on the 29th, second to last floor. And we had 6 elevators. So on the low side, it was from the first floor to the 17th floor. And then on the high side, which I lived on, it would skip all those floors, stop at 18 and then up to 30. So sometimes you'd be able to take up to the 17th floor, but then you got to walk the rest. But then there was days that how was this? All 6 elevators are not working. And you got to walk up and you got groceries or you know what I'm saying, some shit like that. It was rough, man. So I definitely
Crazy.
know. I definitely know.
Crazy.
Not fun times at all, man. Or you try to wait in the lobby until housing authorities show up to fix the fucking elevator. You know what I'm saying? But
All those
Not at
crates.
6 o'clock in the morning.
that's taking a chance too. You know what I mean? But
Like
yeah.
he said, they ain't coming at 6 o'clock in the morning either.
No, absolutely not. They there, but they just ain't coming.
They ain't coming. They ain't coming at all.
You know what I mean? So, being originally from New York, how'd you get on the radio in Boston? Because you know we have that rivalry. You know what I'm saying?
What's the rivalry you talk about?
Baseball, things like
Talking
that.
to the wrong person.
People,
See, that's where everybody messes up.
right.
I don't got nothing to do with sports.
Right.
I gave up on sports when Thurman Munson died.
Okay.
Okay.
I was a Yankee fan. That was it. Thurman Munson died. I wanted to be a baseball player. I did. I wanted to play football. I did, but I gave up.
Get up.
You know what I mean? But that whole sports shit, I don't got nothing to do with that.
Don't associate me with it.
I don't got nothing to do, especially with like in Boston, like you wear a Yankee hat at the time.
Yeah, I
It
heard
was
that
like-
there's a lot of
like-
yeah.
I mean, we wearing that for. I'm like, my shit is fashion.
Right.
I wear a Boston hat. I wear whatever. Like my
Right.
shit is fashion.
Right.
You wear what you want to wear.
Yeah, like everybody had this thing like, yo, can't be wearing a hat. Like what? Fuck, we gang violence?
Yeah.
Right.
Like I ain't a part of that. Like I don't care about sports
Right.
at all.
Yeah.
I wore what I wanted to
Right.
wear.
Sports ain't cutting the checks.
But for me to what happened was I ended up in Fitchburg, Mass.
Okay.
It wasn't even Boston. I was in Fitchburg. I got shot where I lived at in the Bronx. And then my brother lived in Fitchburg. He's like, yo, come out here. Over here is where it's at. It's quiet. You can bring, my son wasn't even a year yet.
Okay.
He was like, yo, come out here. It'd be great. I was like, all right, go check it out.
Yeah.
And then try for a whole new, different lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up in Fitchburg, Mass. And then next thing you know, I was trying not to DJ.
That's what I'm saying. Did you just stop DJing?
Yeah, I
or-
stopped
okay.
DJing after I got shot,
I
but
think we all go through that.
I still was doing mixtapes.
Okay.
That was still my hustle. Like I just didn't do clubs
Okay.
until somebody offered me a job in New Hampshire,
You can't pass
in
it up.
Manchester. This club, it's called a Pyramid.
All right.
I used to do the Pyramid, and they was like, "Yo, we pay you to do this," and And I was like, all right. So I went and did the joint. And I was going back and forth from New York to Fitchburg.
Okay.
And I was doing parties here and there, back and forth. Next thing you know, I was selling mixtapes. I was doing parties, driving back and forth. And I was getting booked out there, booked in Providence. And that was it. And then, like the year 2000, a station opened up, a black-owned station, Radio 1.
Dope.
And but before I was doing that, a friend of mine, Chubby Martinez, she used to do college radio, and they used to have Live Week, and she wanted me to do Live Week with her.
Okay.
On the radio on a college station. And then she became the mix show coordinator, and she became the assistant to the radio station, to the news station.
Okay.
She's like, y'all want you on my station.
So she went from college to Radio 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
She went from college radio to Radio 1. And that was it. I started doing radio. But mind you, I came from the streets of mixtapes.
Right.
So she wanted me to do noon. I go to do noon, and my first song was test pressing of Bang Bang, CNN Foxy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Foxy's dissing Lil' Kim. I got the test pressing. First song I threw on at 12 o'clock.
Oh.
Bang, bang.
I'm thinking mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Like 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I want to drop this
It's
first.
my first time radio. I'm not thinking radio was supposed to be conservative.
Right.
I went on it with bang, 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 bang. Program director comes out of the room like, yo, what are you doing? I need hits. I'm like, I looked at Cherry like, what's hits?
What are you talking
These
about?
are hits.
I was like, this is a
Hits
hit.
for the streets right here. What are you
He's
talking
like,
about?
I need hits. This is not a hit. I was like, all right, cool. She started telling me, and I was like, okay. I started getting a hang of what radio really was.
I'm surprised they didn't give you a
Playlist.
playlist ahead of
Nah,
time.
there was no playlist at the time.
They were just like, they trusted you.
Nah, at that time, nah, they didn't trust me. No.
And usually noon, a lot of noon.
Yeah, let me tell
It's
you
like the
something.
lunchtime
The
mix.
lunchtime mix, yeah.
The lunchtime mix is supposed to be
Old school?
throwback.
Throwback, yeah.
It's supposed to be casual. Like, you're supposed to
Right.
play R&B. You're not supposed to play.
Bang, bang.
I was too aggressive for 12 o'clock.
Yeah. You
They was
on
like,
the
you're too
midnight
aggressive.
show.
Like, nah, they was like, yo, you're going to 5 o'clock. They were like, you're going to 5 o'clock.
Which I think at 5 o'clock
So-
is
Bang,
better.
bang.
5 o'clock is a lot more open and broader,
Right.
but
Okay.
you're not bang, bang still.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I'm doing 5 o'clock. So they pushed me to 5 o'clock because I was too aggressive. So as I was doing it, I had a personality and things like that.
Mhm.
But then later that week, they gave me a Saturday show,
Okay.
which was called a Jump Off. So I did that at 6 o'clock. Bute. It was 10 o'clock, 10 to 2, because at the time it was late. So it was 10 to 2.
That's the Bang Bang records.
That was Bang
Yeah.
Bang. That was Bang Bang.
that
But
was-
here's the
Yeah.
crazy part. So you're supposed to have a personality.
Right.
Right.
They was like, oh, nah, you good. I was like, what? Oh, nah, you going to do the show by yourself.
They threw that curveball in there.
I said,
They took you out your comfort zone.
by myself. What happened to, because the guy that I had was LBD, which was the Little Big Daddy. And he was like,
Hey, yo.
oh, nah, you good. He's like, nah, you good, B. He's like, you gonna do this joint by yourself. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, all right, forget it, I'll do it. Boom, I'm answering phones, I'm playing music.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time, 4 hours, I'm playing music. Not one commercial played.
Oh my God. Not one check got.
Yeah.
Okay.
I come in on Monday morning. You had a great time on radio? Program director goes, you had a great time? I was like, yeah, it was great. I was killing them. I was having fun. I was doing what I do. And he's like, yeah, everything but the commercials.
We didn't get paid.
I said,
Right.
the commercials? Oh, they didn't tell you about the commercials? I said, nah. Lamar, LBD. He brought him into the office. You ain't tell him about the commercials? Oh, I thought he knew. I was like, nah, I ain't know nothing about that. And I didn't know how to. I had to pull out
the
the
buttons,
commercials and
commercials.
push.
Mm-hmm. The carts.
know,
the carts.
Nah, it wasn't cards.
What
It
cards?
was still. It was already.
They gone
It
digital.
was automated into
Okay,
the
okay.
joint. Only cards that I was using was playing exclusive songs.
Okay.
Right.
So like we had a little CD, so you put the CD in and you play the joint
Right.
from
Right.
there.
Right.
So that's how I was killing Saturdays. So then, long story short, I ended up having a Friday show and I had a Saturday show.
Okay.
And then I ended up doing 5 o'clock every day.
Every day. So what happened to the 10 o'clock shot? You doing 10
After the 10 o'clock, I moved to 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Because I was like, yo, I'm losing money being
Right. Using the
not
club
doing
scene.
clubs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they didn't want me to do pre-recorded.
Right.
At this time, pre-recorded wasn't a thing.
Yeah, it was
Wasn't
non-existent.
existent,
Yeah.
It wasn't really a thing. So
Right.
this year will be my 25th year of being professionally as a DJ
On the radio station.
and 23 years on radio.
Dope.
And how many stages have you been on?
I've been on numerous stations. I've been on I was on a station which was Hot 97, which was the first station in Boston, WBOT. Then I ended up doing Power 104 in Connecticut. And then I've been on Jammin'. Jammin' will be 10 years Memorial Weekend. Jammin' is a Boston station.
Got a big party for that day?
I don't know if
Big
I
event?
don't even know if I'm gonna be here. I think we're gonna because we're about to go on tour
Okay.
for the 20th anniversary of Get Rich or Die Trying.
Dope.
So that's gonna be like
It's gonna be
that-
epic.
That's about to be like 90 cities.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah. You didn't have no.
So many countries.
Right,
Like
right.
it's about to be crazy.
Dope, man.
Yo, tell 50 to come to Orlando. Nobody comes to
Yeah,
Orlando.
nobody comes to Orlando.
They skip the
man.
shit out of Orlando. They go to Tampa.
He be in Miami all
Yeah,
day.
Miami. That's Miami. Yeah, Miami. We know about that.
Yeah.
He be in
Miami
all
Miami
day.
gets shows. Tampa's get shows. Orlando don't get no shows at all. They actually they're doing the Wu-Tang and Nas show again
In Tampa.
in Tampa again. They was just out there last year. They're doing it again.
Yeah.
Miami, they doing the show.
Hopefully they got the sound right this time.
different location.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I know it's not their fault. It's the sound man's fault. But hopefully the sound man know what he's dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a tough situation, man. From
Yeah,
what
I know.
I applaud anybody that does production, man, for the stage. Like that stage sound, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, the
Takes
stage.
a lot of
Especially when
work.
you're doing a lot of artists too. Cause
It takes a lot of work and also knowing the decimals and not being able to. I've
Peak.
watched
The
it.
peak
Like
and stuff
I
like that.
watched. I
You
watched a
them
lot
work,
of
yeah.
this.
You watch them work, yeah.
I see a lot of people moving around. It's not easy.
There's
It's
a lot,
definitely
yeah,
not
people don't
easy.
understand what goes into the back end,
Back end of
of,
it.
of these festivals and
Right.
these tours and things like that. The days of preparation, the
Right.
the trailers that are coming in.
Right.
Some shit ain't working. You got to get it
Stage
expressed.
managers,
You know what I
like
mean? Yeah.
all that moving around, it plays a big part, man.
I'm sure that's a high pressure job too. You know
shit,
what I mean?
also doing, you said 90 cities, you said maybe?
Yeah, 96.
Damn, that's what's up, man. Congrats on that too.
That's definitely congrats on that.
So when being on tour, what equipment do you? What's in your rider as far as equipment?
I use Range 12s
Okay,
and the Range 70 mixer.
dope. How you like those?
Love it. I had them since they came out.
Hmm.
I was sponsored by them till everybody got fired at Range during the pandemic. But yeah, we got a pair, so I'm good. And the quality is great, and it's just like DJing. Like it's still, you know what I mean? It's still like you
Having
DJing
1200s.
with the needle.
Right.
You know what I mean? It feels great. Like it doesn't feel like I don't like them phases. Them shits is garbage.
Are they garbage? I got a pair. I haven't used them yet.
I don't like it because my hands are so big and that little thing sticking out. You
Okay. Hitting it.
You
be
hit
busting your joint. Like I don't like
yeah.
it.
That makes a lot of sense though.
Yeah, I get it. It's
haven't-
not made for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tool, right?
Right.
But everybody has their
Technology tool.
choice of tools. You
Right,
know what I mean? Whether
right.
you like DeWalt, Hilti, or freaking Makita, everybody has a choice of tools. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. That's what's up.
What made you fall in love with hip hop?
I don't know. Like I think, like I said, it was them Cold Crush tapes. Listening to them live tapes was it. Like hearing Grand Wizard Theodore cutting for Fantastic 5. Like, you know what I mean? It's just hearing that zigga zigga, that not even the dicka dicka, it's just the jigga jigga
The
jigga.
basic, yeah.
It's just a basic, you know, you went from one side where you was cutting with a thumb I come from an era you was cutting with
your
a thumb.
Yeah.
You was using up and down.
Downs, faders.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from that era. Like needle picking
Needle
Needle
picking,
to
dropping.
catch
dropping,
where
yeah.
you want to catch the shit. Like
Right.
that shit come a long way. Like that was like, oh shit. Like hip hop is just crazy. Like it was just so much. Not even just the rap, but it was just the fact that it was hip hop in the Bronx.
Right.
Like I grew up in hip hop.
Right.
Like going to go see the movie Wild Style.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see Wild Style with Special K from Treacherous 3, Tila Rock, and their little brother Tone.
Dope.
Like we went to the RKO Fordham to
Damn.
see the matinee of Wild Style, and everybody was there.
Yeah.
Fearless 4, Fantastic, Cold Crush. Like that was the matinee of this opening movie, and these rappers was in there.
Dope.
Like I'm sitting next to
Supporting
these
each
cats,
other.
like
Yeah.
this is crazy. Grandmaster Flash sitting over there, like,
Yeah, amazing.
Wow.
memory. Amazing, dope.
and that scene where he's cutting Mardi Gras is everything.
He's in the kitchen.
Yeah. And that that's
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
That break beat was everything. Like catching that break beat was everything.
Still is. To me at least.
No, I'm just saying like break beats, not even just actual rapping,
Records, yeah, just
not
break beats.
actual songs, like
Right, just the break beats.
break-
break
yeah.
beats. Going down to 42nd Street to buy these records.
Try to figure it out what it was too.
Right. And
Yeah.
trying to catch the record catch a groove. And catching the
bringing it back,
the speed, like
Right.
being
Speed
able
with
to
your hands and
being
everything.
how fast you
Right.
was to catch
Yeah, see how you only could keep it going and without the record jumping because
right.
it was
and records
needles.
was jumping.
It was
right.
needles, you know what I mean?
And you had to put quarters on your shit so
Right.
that you
You
should,
Said
Stay
keep it
down.
down.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or a nickel that made it a little heavier.
Heavier. Yeah.
So hip hop was everything to me.
Those needles back then, those diamond cut needles, these will fuck your records up.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's what
Lot of
happened with the
static.
first pair I ever got
A lot of static in
of
the records.
Autophones, them silver joints
Oh, the silver with the red tip. I mean, silver tip with the red little line
with
on
the
top.
red little joint on
yeah,
top.
Yeah.
Oh man, when I seen Kid Capri with those,
You and me both. You and me
I
both.
seen Capri with those.
I
Oh
said
my
I gotta
God.
have those shits.
I was like, I gotta get the how much
Yeah.
does they? Oh, I gotta wait.
I gotta wait. Yo, how much? Yo, I want those needles. Yeah, I hope he got a check from Autofarm because you know how many people went out and bought those damn needles.
Them silver shits was everything.
When I saw that, I didn't have to put my shit to pull the cables and because I would
Oh,
break the shit all the
man.
time.
You know how many times I broke a wire, B?
Yeah, and then you gotta use tweezers and shit, and I'm heavy-handed on that, and yeah. Oh, I would put the cable in the wrong one.
I had to have a friend
Fuck
of
my
mine
life,
solder the wire back onto
Oh,
them
man.
joints.
Yeah, nah, man.
I wasn't good with no soldering, man. My man was good with that.
Yeah, those coaches were a pain in the ass back
They
then.
were. You had to build it. You had to
Same thing like 1200s when your ground wire was the little
Right.
little hook
Hook
is
will
break
break
off.
off.
Then you gotta tie your joint
Or-
up.
or try to
Next
even-
thing you know, your shit's mad small.
Right.
You got this much wire tied up to the other one going into the screw.
Yeah,
But you ever notice how small that little hook was and how big the damn knob in the back was? And try to, this bitch don't fit.
Yeah, nah, and but that shit is flimsy as fuck too.
That shit was
And
terrible.
I still got my techniques from
The-
to age myself. I got my techniques in '93.
so do you have
Yeah.
the American model? or
I got the American model.
So if I had to plug.
Yeah, but I gotta
I used
get.
to hate that.
I
I used
had
to
them
hate the
refurbished
plug.
in all these years. I've only had them refurbished once because I put longer RCA's on them
Right,
and stuff like that.
right.
I got to get it done again, but
I grounded my shit finally. Had
Yeah,
my
I'm
shit-
about to do that to mine.
Yeah, I had somebody out in Orlando grounded and took all the lights and LED lights. Into them.
yeah. I got to get my shit refurbished, man. But
I
I don't
got
trust
a
people with
pair.
my shit either.
No, I
You know
got
what I
a
mean?
pair. This kid named J Tech. He nice with his
Yeah,
shit.
I see. Yeah, I follow J Tech.
J-Tech
He's
is
beyond
nice with it.
nice. He makes your shit look like anything.
You got to
think.
ship them to him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's in New York.
yeah, but he's
Oh, okay.
he's official.
Dope.
He's official, and his shit's like whatever you want on it. You can have a fucking Nintendo, fucking
Yeah, all that artwork shit, I don't care for none of that. I just want my shit to be silver.
But he does shit.
Keep it classic. Keep it classic. Do you still have your vinyl?
Yeah, I got my joint in storage.
All right. So what do you remember the first vinyl that you bought?
You ain't gonna believe it. My mom's bought me my first record. My mother bought me was Chubby Checker. Let's do the twist.
Let's do a twist.
She bought it
50
for you
Cent.
or for her?
For me. I bought it for me. I love that record. That and Mashed Potato.
Mashed potato. Okay.
She's,
can
come on,
mashed
B. I'm a
potato.
60s baby.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, I came up in that era. Like, my mom's was listening to English music, but she didn't speak no English. My mom's don't speak no English. Like, she speaks it, but it's like, you understand me, I understand you.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
that's all that matters. Yeah,
That's it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
yeah, yeah.
And Ma, te quiero mucho. No, I'm just saying. But you know,
Bendición, bendición.
Bendición, bendición, mommy
Bendición,
Chub.
Ma.
Mommy
Yeah,
Chub,
so she be
bendición.
like, you know, she's like that. So, but they would always, her and her two sisters would listen to English music. Like,
Yeah.
I was listening to the Archies, Stylistics. My mom's favorite record is Soul Makosa.
So Makosa.
Masu, my
That's her,
Masu.
yeah, that's her favorite
Dope.
record.
Such a
Like,
dope record.
and I was like, yo, this is hard. I don't know what they saying, but
Right.
this is hard.
Yeah,
I see somebody put that up against Michael Jackson.
Mama
Say,
say,
Mama
Mama
Say.
say.
That was the
Mama Say.
blend. That was
Yeah.
a blend. Everybody used to do that. That was a blend. Kid Capri did that shit 1st
Yeah, that's a mashup right there.
Yeah, that was it. The help me saying, Mama saying, and that shit go dun, 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 dun. That shit was right there.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, my mom's is the one that music was like in my
In the
house.
household.
Salsa was like everything, but for me, I didn't care for it at the time. As I got older, I understood like
Understood it.
oh
Yeah.
shit, salsa.
My crib sauce, it was Sundays because it's cleaning day. You know, in a Puerto Rican household, Sundays.
Just Sunday.
Sundays, yeah. Well, Sundays we would go in. Well, my father worked for Transit Authority, so he worked long hours. But you know, we were blessed when my mom's was a stay-at-home mom and stuff like that. But my mom's super. But on Sundays is when like we had to clean, my brothers, my sisters, and that's when it'd be the Gran Combo, the Frankie Negron, the Willie Colons, the you know what I mean, the Fania shit, all that shit like
Yeah,
that.
that's
So-
Saturday, mom.
Yeah, it's
So
Saturday. my
Friday night, Saturday morning.
house. Right.
So now
mom-
Sunday we
was
went
on
out to
it.
the park.
Now I do that shit to my kids. Sunday, you clean your room and we listening to salsa. So I put that shit on no matter what time I get. If I'm up, your ass gotta be up. You know what I mean? But it's teaching them that discipline.
Yeah,
and shit
my
like
father
that.
used to discipline us, suck ass. And then he used to have us clean walls, man, on Sundays when
Yeah,
nobody
but-
couldn't go outside. Man.
No, facts. My father was a Marine, so he would come in the room, and I got friends to this day from junior high school. They didn't want to spend the night at my house because my father would barge in the room like he was playing like yo, and he'd get up. Don't put off till tomorrow what you could do today. Yo, he would, and my friends were like, yo, I'm not staying at your house. I can't do this, yo. Like, your pop's barging in thinking we in fucking boot camp and shit like that. You know what I mean? But it built character, man.
Discipline.
The discipline and things like that. I wouldn't change it. I could tell you that
for
much.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? But that's dope. But how many vinyl you got? You still buying records? Do you, like
I
if you see
only
things
buy a
that you don't
few
have?
things that I probably look for.
Okay.
To collect or just to buy them?
No, just to buy them so I can burn them.
Okay.
Like, you know, it's nothing like my computer. I got a lot of records I burn because you're not gonna find a lot of
Right.
edits of certain
Certain
shit.
shits.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Instruments, acapella, that
Yeah,
stuff
like
that.
you know now because they do that
The stems.
STEM
3.0
bullshit.
shit.
Yeah.
That's not really. How can I say not authentic?
Right.
Because if I have a vinyl and I can take instrumental acapella, clean and dirty off of that, and it's not a joint, you're not gonna find it on. Remember when people go on LimeWire
yeah.
and all that stuff? You're not gonna find these edits. Or if you go to YouTube, you're not gonna find certain songs.
Right.
Right.
So you have to have these records.
Yeah.
So a lot of records I got are test presses
Right.
of a lot of joints that never came out,
right.
or certain shits that
Right.
didn't get cleared.
Clear.
Those are the things that I put in my computer.
Right.
Yeah. Dope.
You know what I mean? That's what gives a highlight to what I do.
Right.
Yeah. Gives you that extra edge.
Right. Those
Yeah.
records that they don't have.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
that's
I'll take the needle popping on the record. Like, I'm cool with that.
Right.
yeah, the static, all that.
Like,
That's
I
the
got
best
a
part.
version of Impeach the President, and that joint go, you don't even hear.
yeah.
That shit is
static. Yeah, no kick.
It
no
don't
kick.
even got the kick. That's how wasted it is. I got Bounce Skate, Bronx Rock,
Skate
roll.
Yeah.
Bro, I got that joint where that shit go, shut down.
So no get down.
That shit
No,
don't
get
even
down.
say get. I go, shut down. and all you hear is the needle popping and crack.
Right.
And I got a Mardi Gras that go, that shit is, nah, the skip is the bullshit
bullshit.
disco break. That was the
You know,
bullshit. Yeah, I swear to God.
What's up with that shit?
Yeah,
Does
I brought
anybody-
that record and I went home and I was like, yo, why this joint
It's just
skipping?
skipping.
Yo, what? And we kept bringing it back.
It was
But
the
like,
same
yo,
thing.
all them joints is
It's the press. The press.
Nobody
The
knew
press.
that.
Nobody knew
the
that.
press. So
They
they
must
didn't
have
play the test.
recorded that joint and a piece of hair or something,
Something
was
got stuck
in
in
there
there.
and they made millions of
Millions.
copies of that joint,
Damn.
of that
just
one
crazy.
disco break. It was crazy. So like I got a lot of records that I have in my computer just for that aspect. So if I feel like I want to hear love rap where that shit is you hear the crackling and all that, got all that.
Yeah, that sound is different. Like, you know, it makes you feel better, I think. When you
Yeah,
build records and
it's not
affected
good quality wise to play at a club
Right,
because they're gonna be like, this shit sound garbage.
right.
But for me,
Right.
it's my own shit.
shit, right.
I'm cool with it.
right.
I still sit around. I listen to my vinyl, man. If for me, it sounds warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
definitely
mean-
the thing. Like
Yeah, I mean,
to
but
drop a needle on a record,
Yeah.
that's priceless.
Right.
yeah. And I miss that. I miss turning around to my crates, digging, taking it out, stacking them up. You know what I mean, and all those things like that. Now you scroll with a button from the
Yeah.
mixer.
I actually put one turntable.
Yeah, that scroll for the mixer. That's for those that know how to do that. I'm not a part of that. Shouts to
Right.
Eddie B. Swift and Danny S.
Right.
That,
Yeah, Eddie B. Swift is a beast
that
with
knows
that.
how to run through those type of things with the knob and all. I'm not good with that.
Yeah.
I tell you, those.
Now,
I'm
most
still
of the time,
old school. I'm still
Got to type in your
dragging
name.
one, putting one in. I'm still that.
Hey, it works.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
good
man.
with it though.
Right.
Yeah. I mean. So, tell us about this Brazilian music that you introduced to the world, the baile funk.
So I've been going to Brazil since 2007.
Nice.
And I had a concept to take Brazilian funk and make it hot with hip hop
Okay.
because Brazilian funk is big.
Yeah.
It's big. Like it may not be as big in the States like that for a lot of people, but Brazilian funk over there is big. Like the dancing, the energy, the people.
Mhm.
It's just beautiful. Like it's just a dope joint. Like if you watch girls twerk, that type of twerking is out of this world.
Right.
Like they're sync and dancing and moving and
Is
it's,
that when
it's
they
crazy.
move? They moving their feet fast. Like
Yeah,
that? Okay.
well that's samba though.
Okay,
But
okay.
That's samba. But I mean, like the way they move and their body to the shit is like it's just crazy to see that. But the music, you know, a friend of mine was like, "Yo, let's put this album together," and I was like, "All right." So we caught a kid, Dynasty the King. I had him do the song, and then I shot the video. And we shot the video in the favelas. And we had the guy from City of Gods in the video.
Dope.
And it was a dope joint. It was dope. I'm still trying to finish the album. I got like mad joints that I ain't finished yet. And because it all happened right during the pandemic.
Mhm.
So, funds wasn't really available like that. So, but I got a joint with Nori and this kid MC Long.
Mhm.
That's crazy. It's called Sako the Skunk. That's hard. I got a joint with Uncle Murder
Dope.
and the kid Jao. He's on it. Like I got Mano on the joint. I got a lot of joints, man, and it's just a fun album,
Okay.
and it should be done probably I'd say by 2024.
Dope.
Okay.
I would have it done, but now I got to really change things around because even the sound of Brazilian funk
Has
changed.
changed.
Changes.
You know what I mean? Like they changed, and then it's like it's out of here.
That's what's up, man.
I mean, plus you had the busy schedule too. You know,
Yeah, and then that too, and then we shot the video for the we redid Spring Love with Stevie
Steve
B.
B.
Stevie
Wow.
B's in the video
That's the
as
king
well.
of freestyle.
Yeah,
Right.
King of freestyle.
and he approved to do the song, and he loved the song, and it was crazy.
I think that's the third or fourth time that song been remade. Spring Love.
Yeah, I think Pitbull did
People
it.
did it. Yeah, people did it one time. He did Stevie B did it once. Another Spring Love. So that's the king of freestyle right there, man.
Hey, that's the
Shouts
song.
to
That's the
Stevie
go-to
B.
song.
Yeah.
It's either that or a choral joint.
Yeah, but he's the closer.
Yeah, I mean,
Stevie B's the closer.
Stevie B is absolutely
He's the king.
closer.
You know what I'm saying?
But everybody knows Spring Love.
Yeah, but he got more than Spring Love.
He got a
though.
lot more.
No, yeah. Was it Dream Boy, Dream Girl? Was that?
No,
that's
that's
Suave.
No, Spring.
Suave?
We're going
No.
different subject right
Yeah,
now.
that's
but
Suave you talking about.
Spring Girl, Dream Girl, Dream Boy. That's Johnny O and Cynthia.
He's got Dreaming, though.
Dreaming, okay.
Dreaming,
Stevie
Stevie
got
B.
Dreaming.
Right.
He got My Eyes. He got a bunch of
bunch of
joints.
stuff,
I can't
yeah.
remember right now. But Stevie got joints.